Hello everyone and welcome back to PG135 on environmental sustainability. In our last video, we talked about sea level rise in Papua New Guinea. For this video, we will be emphasizing on energy, specifically geothermal energy. Now, energy is the ability to do work. In modern days, energy is defined as anything that makes work possible, and it is greatly related to anything that generates power. Energy sources are those that are converted in one form or another to generate power or electricity. Energy comes in two forms, renewable and non-renewable. Renewable energy is one that can be replaced even if overused. Non-renewable energy is one that is limited in amount and therefore cannot be replaced. There are various sources of energy, including solar energy from the sun, wind energy, geothermal energy from the heat inside the earth, hydropower from flowing water, ocean in the form of wave energy, biomass from plants, and nuclear energy. However, as mentioned, the focus of this video is on geothermal energy. Geothermal energy uses steam from reservoirs beneath the Earth's crust to generate power. This source of energy is clean and environmentally friendly. High temperatures are constantly produced beneath the Earth's surface because of the delay of radioactive particles. Rocks that are below the Earth's surface heat up and produces steam. This steam is taken and helps to move the turbines. The rotating turbines are the ones that power the generators that produce electricity. Sources of geothermal energy include lava, gases, steam vents, or dry heat. This can be done either on a large scale or on a smaller scale. Here is a video explaining geothermal energy and how it is used to generate electricity.
Geothermal. Geothermal refers to producing energy from the internal heat of the Earth. The internal heat of the Earth is generated from radioactive decay of minerals and continual heat loss from the Earth's original formation. Geothermal wells are drilled into the Earth's crust at approximately a depth of 3 to 10 kilometers. The heat is extracted with a variety of methods, but in most cases is drawn from the Earth using water and steam. Hot water from the Earth may be directly extracted to heat homes and buildings. This is done either by directly circulating the hot water through buildings or by pumping it through a heat exchanger that transfers the heat to the building. Geothermal heat can also be used to produce electricity in a geothermal power plant. Electricity is generated when geothermal heat produces steam that turns turbines on a generator. The major regions of geothermal development are in the most volcanically and tectonically active regions of the world. Though geothermal energy is currently a small player in the world's energy mix, one of its key advantages is its reliability and consistent power generation, which means it can provide baseload electricity. Concerns with geothermal include the accidental release of CO2 and hydrogen sulfide emissions stored in the Earth's groundwater that is often used to carry geothermal heat to the Earth's surface. Additionally, drawing heat from the Earth's crust can, if done irresponsibly, lower the ground temperature below the surface. The upfront costs for geothermal energy production are relatively high. It is expensive to carry out the seismic sensing, test well drilling, confirmation testing, and other necessary preliminary investigations to ensure that your new geothermal plant will be capable of meeting desired production. That's geothermal.
Like all other aspects, there are advantages and disadvantages to the use of geothermal energy. The most obvious advantage of geothermal energy is that it is environmentally friendly, as the amount of carbon released from geothermal energy is very low. Geothermal energy is also a renewable energy source. This form of energy is infinite. This means that the underground reservoirs are always naturally replenished. Another advantage of geothermal energy is that it has a huge potential, because people all over the world use this form of energy source. According to the Welding Institute 2021, worldwide consumption is currently at 15 terawatts. Geothermal energy is a very reliable, sustainable, or stable because the energy is always available compared to wind and solar energy. And finally, Geothermal energy requires no fuel, which means less cost inclined. There is no need for fuel when it comes to geothermal energy because it is naturally occurring energy. The disadvantages of geothermal energy includes earthquakes, whereby the processes of obtaining geothermal energy triggers earthquakes. This is because of the changes in the Earth's structure as a result of digging. Therefore, any region that consists of geothermal plants often experience a lot of seismic activity. Another environmental side effect of geothermal energy is that although geothermal does not release greenhouse gases, it does release some gases that are stored in the Earth's surface and are released into the atmosphere when digging, such as hydrogen sulfide. These gases are very natural and so their emissions are much lower than that associated with fossil fuels. And finally, geothermal plants can also destroy roads and bridges, pipelines, and maybe drainage systems. Here is a case study of geothermal activity in Vanuatu that is still underway. Vanuatu is a good place to start a geothermal plant and has been for years. However, only one island in the state is seen to be a potential site, and that is the island of Ifate. The processes of starting the energy sources has been slowed down because of the cost of drilling. The Australian government has intervened and tried to make this possible together with the World Bank, but because of the cost involved, they withdrew back in 2016. This site is still seen as a potential site, and with good funding, it can be a success. Another geothermal activity that is ongoing in the Pacific is in the island nation of Fiji. The exploration of the hot springs in Fiji has started since the early 1990s. In 2009, a study on power generation options was carried out on the Viti level by the Japanese government. This has led to various companies showing interest in the nation, and so the issuance of special prospective licenses was given. In 1978, there were 4 special licenses given to explore 4 islands in the Fiji group of islands. They are Savu-Savu, Labasa, Vatukola, and Nadi. The project plan was to pipe the Waitakata hot spring in an absorption chilling facility. This idea was inspired by how traditional electricity is driven by vapor. A scientist has said that this hot spring is similar to that of Alaska, Chena hot springs that generates ice for an ice museum, proving that the chances of success are good. It is believed that in the near future, geothermal power plant can and will supply electricity to the whole population of Fiji. All in all, geothermal energy is environmentally friendly and is the most reliable and dependable energy source. It is a renewable energy, meaning it can be replenished, and so it is better to use this source. With that, thank you all for watching and I hope you enjoyed the video.